All right. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen all over the world. All right. Happy to have you here. We are drastically getting started now. Thank you so much for joining our call today. And I believe by the end of the call, right, you will have a different approach to your business. Today is a Wednesday, and on Wednesday we talk about solo trading. No, passive trading. How you can use your robot, right, placing your funds and to be able to have some wins. All right. So thank you so much for making a decision to be here. My name is Julius Kabanda. All right. I'm a Royalq user. I've been in this business for the last close now. Very, very soon I'll be close to 15 months down the line in this opportunity. All right. And I believe it has been a phenomenal opportunity that anyone can be able to pick some amazing knowledge. All right. Okay. Basically and purely, I want to say protocol observed. All different leaders on the call, V1s, V2s, V3s, V4, V5s, and V6 all over the world. Right. So I would encourage everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel Crypto Ambassador Team Eagles International, because tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak right now, in our 5 videos, for those that love the solo trading session, in our 5 videos that we have so far released, we have been able to teach you how to pick a trade, how to set up your trading view, and we have even gone an extra mile on how to set your margin calls right to have winning trades. So if you have been able to go to that YouTube channel, the 5 videos make someone a perfect solo trader. And video number 6 will be about the preset price. When should you set a preset price? And I believe it will be amazing, but I can't wait to reach video number 10. For someone who wants to invest close to 2 weeks, you want to invest in your business close to 2 weeks and make 10 to 50%. I'm going to talk about that, and that will be video number 10. So you can check out from video number 1 to video number 5 if you want to be a solo trader. You want to make 0.5 to 5% every single day. You can be able to win and make decision about that. All right. So today we're going to talk about passive trading. What is passive trading before I get started? Ladies and gentlemen, passive trading is where you provide the instructions to the robot. You provide the instructions to the robot and allow the robot to trade on your behalf without you doing anything about the robot. All right, Julius. Okay, I understand. So many people have chatted me about what works, right? So many personal inboxes. So many people show me different strategies that work. I want to repeat my statement. What works in the crypto space? There are so many things that work. But I have looked for something that can be understood by even a layman, by even a child. That if someone looks at the training, if someone goes through the training, even a person that does not have any crypto experience, ladies and gentlemen, can understand. Is what I've been able to produce down the line. And so what works, works. There are so many things that work. Even if you give me a full day, I can give over 100 strategies that work. But what can everybody understand is what I talk about here, all right? And so when it comes to our passive trading strategy, ladies and gentlemen, we have particularly and purely come up with, I want to repeat my statement. We have particularly and purely come up with 2 trading strategies. One is that of $500 and 2 is that for $200. And we have also gone an extra mile to talk about the mechanism in which the robot works, so that you get a deeper understanding that you needed to use the application right. Because even if you are a psycho trader and you don't use this application right, you can land yourself into a long-term floating loss. But if you use your application right, you'll find that your robot will buy and sell, then it will stop. Then it needs you to open the trade once again. I think Leader Kojo can understand me when I talk like this. That we set a trade, let me say for Ethereum, the robot buys. When this coin pumps and the robot sells, the robot stops selling and you need to open the margin calls again. So let's get into this and see if we can provide a clear picture of our training for today. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I have some questions from one of my great leaders. Someone asked me, do you do any physical meetings? All right, I hope I need to answer that. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have anywhere where I meet people physically. I meet maybe 1 or 2 people if they give me a call. But it is funny that I stay where I am here. I don't move from my home. One of my friends told me, why don't you move? Okay, I'm not a pastor. But there is a spirit. There is a demon that disturbs people. It is called the demon of lack of concentration. Someone has asked me, I'm answering you before I start. It is called a demon of lack of concentration. I discovered that if you want to go somewhere, you need what we call, this is just a giveaway. Okay, if you are a very busy person, in your schedule, you need what you call a power hour, right? If you're a busy person, before maybe I continue to my training, because of this chat here, you need what you call a power hour. Now someone says, Julius, can you switch on your camera? All right, I'm gonna get it on. We need what you call a power hour. What do I mean by a power hour? Now, this is 1 hour that you spend, ladies and gentlemen, and in this 1 hour, you are basically and purely focused on business. Because there is a demon. I think I don't want to go into these things, although I have an idea about them. But there is a demon that prevents people from becoming successful. I'm not spiritual, but there is this thing that disturbs people from becoming successful. So what does it do? It causes total distraction. And so you are like, how can I say? It is funny, but I have no better mode of explaining it. But you need some concentration to have some results. You need to have some time where you are focused. You are not focused. You are doing something. And so I don't do any physical meetings personally. I stay home and I have a small office. I'm one of the people that love doing things in a simple way. Right? So someone told me today, make sure on the Zoom call, show me where you work from. All right. For funny, people can ask. People can ask. All right. Okay, just maybe 1 minute. Let me do this. 1 minute. Let me do this for him. All right. Okay. Someone who asked me, I want to answer you. This is my small office. Okay. On top there, someone who asked, I'm answering you right now. And I'm not going to switch on this camera again, all right? On top there is my board. What's on my board? They are my goals, all right? Okay. And down here, this is my working table, all right? Okay, it's a simple working table. And it has where I write what I do. It has my books and my pictures. And this is a GILAF. This was given to me by the Kenyans when I went to Kenya, all right? Then up here, is that small music system for motivation. As I'm stood here, as you listen to cool motivation from Les Brown, most of the times. I hope I've answered you. So I work from home. This is my office, and that's where I work from, basically. I hope I've answered. All right, now let me get back to my training. I hope I've answered you, the person who wanted something. I don't do anything. I stay home. Yeah, I stay home, basically. I have nowhere I go. I sit on my home, I open my phone, and that's where I work from, all right? I hope that one I have answered. Okay, now this is me, right? Now let's get into our topic for today. Now, the topic is called passive trading. And so with passive trading, you instruct your robot. And when you instruct your robot, you are done. So we want to go through how can we better instruct our robot. So how can we better instruct our robot? Okay, the best way to instruct our robot, ladies and gentlemen, is to look at a goal. Now, what is your trading goal? Okay, now your trading goal as a passive trader should be between 5 to 10% minimum per month. 5 to 10% minimum per month. People asking me about solo trading. You set a coin, take 3%, then the coin pumps to 2.7, and you off not monitoring the coin, so you come back. It is your settings with the problem. It is your settings with the problem. You attend tomorrow. I'm not going to that. I'm talking about passive trading. I don't want to go off topic. Right, let's get into this and see how we can. All right, so we have come up with the settings, all right? And these settings are basically for $200. And we say, which coins can we look at? Basically, we talked about BNB because of its high usability. We talked about Ethereum because of its high usability, and BTC. These coins on a weekly chart, they don't go more than 50 to 80% deep. Now, before I go into the settings, I want to speak from the bottom of my heart. I don't want to speak from my mind. Please, if you choose to be a passive trader, like I'm going to describe, and you have little capital, stop coming in my inbox and complain that you are earning little. Let me repeat my statement. If you choose to be a passive trader and you are earning little money, stop coming in my inbox complaining that I'm a passive trader, but I'm earning very little. Little capital equals little profit. More capital equals more profit, period. Please stop coming to me. I'm annoyed now. Oh, Julius, I'm a passive trader. I have $200. But look, I make a 0.2, 0.4, 0.8. I need to make a $5, $6. Yet your capital is little. Even me, I want to make $10 a day from my $200. Who told you we are giving birth to money? It is we are not into what how can I term it? Little capital equals little profit. More capital equals more profit. I hope that one I've answered. Now let's go into this. Okay. Now, before we break down the strategy and how it works, we need to understand there is this area called the risk type. This does not matter in our circle, either it is steady, either it is conservative, because the margin call configuration are ours. This is just a name that the strategy is for $200. The first buying amount in Binance, it cannot go less than 15. That's why we use 15 as the first buying amount. When you open double position, all right, for example, if you have $400 and you open double position, when you have $400 and you open double position, this will work for you. Why? Because the strategy is for 200, but you have $400. But if you remove this one, if you remove 15 and you put 30, then do not open the double position because you have already doubled by yourself. So I will keep this at 15. Now, what are margin call limits? All right, today I will speak in a funny statement, but please forgive me. I'm sorry for those that may get attached to my statement, but let me repeat it here. I'm sorry, please forgive me before I use it. I'm sorry, please forgive me before I use it. It is from a part of not understanding for someone to think that once they pick a trade, the trade will just sell and not have margin calls. Yesterday night, I released an audio Someone told me, Julius, this is not a good audio. I raised the audio, not in a bad spirit, but I was trying to show people it is a crime for you to trade without margin calls. Let me repeat my statement. It is a crime, like you are betting instead of trading for results. You are gambling instead of using the robot in a right way if you trade without margin calls. I want to repeat my statement. If you have any trade you are doing without margin calls, your approach to using Royalq is wrong. Let me repeat my statement. I will repeat it 100 times. If you trade any coin in using Royalq without margin calls, for one shot, like I'll repeat it tomorrow, you must have 4 margin calls. You must have 4 margin calls if you are using one shot. It is not a wish. It doesn't matter how someone analyzes the market. The reason why most of you are crying is because you have been trading without margin calls. I beg you, please control your greed, control your thirst to become rich tomorrow, and develop a trading discipline. I don't know whether I can, I don't know what I can do, but you need discipline. If you are using one shot, you need discipline. Your major factor should be growing your capital. Now, the biggest challenge is that when people share their results, you compare. But if you follow that strategy I'll talk about tomorrow, it is a crime to trade in Royalq without using margin calls. It is a suicidal attempt to enter the market from its current price and not set margin calls, even if this coin is going to pump. Why? Because along the journey, things can change. But with the right margin calls, it will always bring the average price closer to the current price. Because I know 80% of the people, most of you love the one shot. Although we came to study about the cycle, I am done. Now, you is asking me about these questions of trading view, ask me tomorrow. You must have at least, you must have margin. People were asking me about trading view, stop, ask me tomorrow. Don't ask again, I will not answer any. Don't ask me. I will not answer any. Ask me tomorrow. It's not for today. I'll look at them, I will not answer. So just stop. Ask tomorrow. You are getting me off my topic. Let me get back here. So the margin call limit in this scenario for $200 settings, there are 18. I'll explain. Now, what is a margin call? These are the number of times we want our robot to buy when the market goes down. The whole position take profit ratio is 1.3. What does this mean? This is what people need to understand. That if the market rises by 1.3, the robot should sell if the market drops by 0. I put 0 here because, like, the question I first saw here is that Someone said their take profit of 3%. But if you put any figure here, if the market doesn't fall by that figure, the robot will not sell. Your coin will get back down. That's why me, I prefer a zero in such a moment, that if the market rises by 1.3, my robot should sell. So even if it drops, it rises by 1%, my robot can still sell if there is a zero. So if you put here maybe 0.1, you are causing doubt. We're saying, robot, if the market rises by 1.3, only sell if the market drops by 0.1. The benefit is that if the market goes up to 20% and it doesn't fall by 0.1, the robot will still give you your profit. But since the market is still struggling down, I would prefer a zero. The 0.1, the 0.2, the 0.5, the 3%, the 4%, here in the whole position, take profit callback will work in the bull run. But right now, I prefer a zero. Now, the margin call configuration, let me just go back. The margin call configuration, this is the area where we talk to our robot on how we want it to press the 18 margin calls that we put in here. Now, the buy-in callback comes from the margin call configuration. That if the market falls by a certain percentage, let me say, you said that the market falls by 1%, the robot will not buy unless the market rises by 0, unless one here. The distributed take profit allocation is an area where, because from call number 1 to call number 4, their take profit allocation is this one. From 1 to 4 is this. But from 5 up to 100 is this. Because each call is independent. Each call is independent. From the 50th call up to the 100th call, each call is independent. So this one caters from call number 1 up to call number 4. This one caters from call number 5 up to call 100. So you can set a different take profit for a different take profit, a different take profit. I repeat, with a different. That explained. I want to go to the last part, then we go into the mathematics. This area. This area works on a cycle trade, and it has what we call a highest first price. Now, for example, if I enter when Bitcoin is at $20,000, maybe I picked it at a low, and then it rises, let me say, up to 50,000. The challenge with the cycle is that once the market reaches $50,000 and it starts to go down, the robot will start buying from here as the market is coming down. So what does this help you? This area helps you to prevent floating loss. So you say, maybe I've entered when Ethereum is, let me say, at $1,000. Now, if the robot buys close to around, let me say, 15 margin calls from the 18, then you say, all right, robot, when the robot starts selling, then 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 the robot starts selling. But when this coin gets to let me say, no matter where it goes, but the robot should not buy again unless this coin gets to $500. Now, what does this save you? What are the disadvantages? The advantage is that once the robot, let me say, will reach 50,000, or when the robot, this Ethereum will reach, let me say, $2,000, the robot will sell. But the robot will not buy again unless Ethereum gets back to $500, which you have set here. The challenge is, if you put in this $500 immediately after setting your trade, is that the robot might only buy, let me say, it buys this one, it buys this one, it buys this one and this one. Then the market rises, it sells. It will not buy again unless Ethereum gets to $500. And so this strategy prevents someone from getting floating loss. So I would advise, since whenever the robot buys and sells, it gives you messages. If you check your robot, and let me say it has bought close, let me say, okay, 10 margin calls, then you can press this. So that when the robot sells, it will not buy again unless the market drops by this percentage. Sorry, the price, the market gets, the coin gets at this price. The other thing you can do is to set a percentage drop. For example, you instruct your robot, right? You instruct your robot that if the robot sells, it should not buy again unless this market, let me say, drops by 15%. So it buys. That's why you need to have some margin calls it has bought. It buys. But when it starts selling, it should sell and sell and sell. But it should not buy again unless this market falls by 15% or by 10%. This prevents you from suffering with the physics of the robot, because most of you who suffer with too much floating loss is that during an upward movement of the market, when the robot buys, sells, it hits the top here. Now the market starts going down, and here the robot is buying, it is buying. So you can say no, unless this market falls down, if you have sold, unless this market falls down by 20% or by 50%, that's when your robot should buy again. But if you put this in at the start, is that when the robot buys, it will only wait to sell. And once it sells, then it will not buy again. If you have understood this, give me some thumbs up. If you have understood this, give me some thumbs up, because it is the hardest thing anybody needs to understand. It is the hardest anybody needs to understand, because it prevents you that once your robot sells at the top, it does not buy again unless the market comes down. So it prevents you from suffering with floating loss in your cycle. So let me say you are trying to trade, let me say, Bitcoin. You have joined when Bitcoin, let me say it is at $15,000, all right? $15,000. You have joined when BTC is at $15,000. Now you say, all right, my robot has bought at $15,000. Because when it comes to the cycle, you don't need to be an expert in trading to use it. So you instruct your robot that you have bought at $15,000. When the market rises at the top, because it's the biggest challenge with Royalq, that once the market starts to rise, it buys, it sells, it buys, it sells, it sells, it sells. But when it reaches at the peak, it then buys again, then the market starts going down. So if the market starts going down, Now what happens? You start now floating. Now what you do is you instruct your robot. When it has bought some margin calls, because someone who's asking me that, do I need to monitor my robot? You don't need to monitor your robot. But every transaction that the robot carries out, it gives you a message, like you receive a message on your phone. So when you find that your robot has bought close to 10 margin calls and above, then you can say, my robot, don't buy again unless this particular coin gets at some price, which could be $500 for Ethereum, which could be 1,000. It's up to you. It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. So once you put in that price, the robot will not buy again after selling everything, after selling all the margin calls, unless the market drops to that price. I'm about to come to the end of the call. If people understand that, then I'm going to go to the mathematics of the game. So if you have understood, give me some thumbs up, right? As simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. The challenge is that some people believe everything is hard. So even when you tell them, they still say this thing is hard. Does it mean that you keep monitoring the boat when you come back? You don't need to monitor. Whatever the robot does, it gives you message. No, even if you put on one shot, ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand that one shot doesn't stop margin calls. I don't know whether people understand me. One shot doesn't stop margin calls. One shot doesn't stop margin calls. The one shot doesn't stop any margin call. The margin calls remain functioning even in one shot. What maybe it might block is the cycle. But once you put a certain price, when the robot should not buy, the robot will not buy unless the market drops at that price. Let me try to see if I can make it clear, but this is what you need to understand. If this is the market and the market comes up like this, the robot was buying and selling, you were excited, you were making money in your cycle. But once the market reaches here, now it starts coming down. Now, you set your margin calls and say, if my robot on the 18 margin calls I have, if my robot has bought, let me say 15 margin calls, then I could come here on my Ethereum and I say, if Ethereum does not get at $500, my robot should not buy it again. So if the market rises and the robot sells the 15 margin calls like this, the robot will not buy unless this Ethereum gets down to this price. Let me say 500. So to create the matter simple, I'm going to show you. If you can create the matter simple, I'm going to show you. But you need to wait at least for the market to have bought, if the 18 close, let me say minimum 10 margin calls. Don't put this at the start, because if you put at the start, it can buy one margin call, sell it, and it becomes green. If you have understood me, give me some thumbs up. Then I'm going to go to the mathematics. As simple as that. There is no science. You don't need to be a crypto. How do I know? I understand this question here. My biggest challenge is understanding how it buys a margin call drop when the market is pumping? Or is there a margin call up, down? Yes, I want to make profit, so it should pump. How do I know? How do I know the first price I bought? Does the business stop when you put restriction? It doesn't buy again. So if you are not interested, because now this is optional. If you are not interested, then you leave it. It will buy, sell, it will be a continuous process. If you are not interested, the first 4 margin calls are questionable. What is questionable now? I don't bring one short things here. I told you long time. Don't bring in one short questions here. I told you long time. If your trading strategy is one short and you're not interested in the cycle, don't bring your questions here. Keep it to yourself. I'm not here to teach you how to give percentage margin call drops for one shot. Go on the YouTube channel. I took off some time. I don't know what's wrong with this person. Let me first handle this, then I continue. I took off some time and I came here on these videos. Let me see if I can find it. I did this video. How to set margin calls using auto. You can watch this by yourself, sir. This one. How to set margin calls. You want perfect margin calls. By the way, this can give you perfect margin calls with perfect drop percentages. I hope that's what you are looking for. I'm not here for that. Please go and look for that yourself and watch it. It's not what I'm about to answer today. I'm going to go into the margin call configuration. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, it is optional. You can say, I set it once and I leave my robot. You okay? But if you are interested, it is optional. But if you are interested, that maybe if my robot buys, it buys, and it has bought, let me say, 15 margin calls. Now you can press in here. One, it will limit the usability of your USDT and wait for the robot to now sell, so that when the market sells, now it will only buy again. This is like a preset price, unless the market drops to that particular price. Or you can use percentage. The market has risen, it has bought, sold, bought, sold, bought, sold, bought, sold. It should not buy again unless the market drops by 50%. It is optional. It is not a must. So if you are not interested, please ignore. Now let's go to the margin call configuration. Now our margin calls configuration for the cycle in the $200 settings. We shall start with the margin call drop. Our margin call drop cater for 53% dip. Now someone may say, why 53? Because we know that these particular coins we are talking about, Ethereum, BNB, and BTC, they cannot dip 50 to 80% in a week time frame. That's the maximum they can do. So as someone with $200, you can do up to 53%. But someone with $500, can go up to 83%. So the difference is capital. Someone who has more capital has more safety than someone who has less capital. Now, from call number 1 up to call number 11 is 1%, which represents 11%. From call number 12 up to call number 18, it is 6%, which is 42% plus 11, which is 53%. Now, what do we mean by these percentages and how do they help us? I've said from call number 1 to call number 11, it's 1%. From call number 6 to call number 18, it is 6. Sorry, from 12 to 18, it is 6%. Now, let's go into a simple mathematics. And anybody who wants to trade on a cycle, this you must understand. Let me say if BNB is at $296 and you want to trade BNB, before you trade BNB, you are going to subtract 296 minus 53%. It gives you $139. I have a challenge with this. Let me go with BTC. If BTC, let me say, is at $19,000 and you subtract 53%, you will get 8,930. If it is Ethereum, let me say Ethereum is $1,500 and minus 53%. Ladies and gentlemen, these figures must be comfortable with your mind, because this is where your robot will not continue to buy and sell. Once Ethereum gets to $705, your robot will not continue to buy any longer. It will be a stuck trade. You will now be waiting for the market to rise again. So, before you pick a cycle trade, does this resonate with your mind? Are you okay with this? Why do I say this? People come to me and they complain. I picked a cycle trade, but my robot is no longer buying and selling. The challenge is you. You entered BTC, but you never took time to understand that BTC will reach a time and get stuck at that price. So you must know that price in your mind, that when my Ethereum gets to $708, it will be stuck. So I'll be waiting for my robot to buy and sell. The other thing I want to express with this trading strategy, that your trading will be in floating loss, but it will be making money for you. The profits in this strategy, they are little depending on your capital, like I'm going to show you. Let me repeat. Sorry for that. Call quarantine, we use 0.67. And 0.67, those that have been present, you know, it is the minimum we can buy. It is 10.05. How do we get 10.05? We just need to go to our calculator. Our past buying amount is 15 times 0.67, which is that. Now this one times our number of margin calls, which are 18, plus our first buying amount 15. That's what leads us to our $200. So if I'm okay with the 53% drop of the $200 settings and I have $1,000, I'll say that if I take, let me say, around $76 times the multiple buying ratio, which is 0.67, it gives me 50.92. Now this one times the 18 margin calls, it gives me 916. Now $916 plus 76, and it gives me $992. So I'm okay with this. So my first buying amount for this type of a strategy, if I have $1,000 I want to use, I'll put 76 here as my first buying amount. And in my mind, I will know it will be 76 times 0.67. So I will come here and say 76 times 0.67. It means that whenever the robot will be going into the market, it will be investing $50. All right, $50. Now, what is my take profit? My take profit for the first 4 margin calls is 1.3. So when my robot gets into the market and it puts in $50 and the market rises by 1.3%, my robot will give me $0.66196. So if my robot, now this is where people get stuck, and I need to explain this very well. Let me first move away from here. I come back on Zoom and I express my point. Royalq is a trading tool. It does not control the market. The robot does not make money for you. The robot trades for you. Let me repeat my statement. The robot does not make money for you. The robot trades for you. The robot replaces your decisions you would do in the market. It does not make money for you. The robot performs depending on the momentum of the market. Someone was on my neck yesterday. Why is my robot giving me little? Me, I'm not the robot. I don't have any issues with the robot. As long as you provide the instructions to the robot will execute. Now, let's get a little bit logic. Right? So let's get a little bit logic. Now, if I take 1.3, it means that when the market falls down by 1% and it rises by 1.3, I'll get this. Now, what I have got, if the robot can buy and sell 10 times in a day, if it does 10 sales in a day, the market drops by 1%, rises by 1.3, 1%, 1.3, 1%, 1.3, 1%, 1.3, 1%, 10 times. I'll make $6 with my $1,000. I don't need to do anything for this to happen. I set my robot once. But if my robot, because it is still 76 times 0.67, which is 50, times 1.3%, which is that. What if the robot buys and sells 35 times in a day? I'll make $23. In a good day momentum, in the bull run, good day momentum, the robot can buy and sell even up to 50 times in a day. What determines the profit is your capital, ladies and gentlemen, and the momentum in the market. The people that have continuous profit, they understand that nothing beats their cycle, but they need good capital for this to happen. Ash, if you have understood this, then I'm speaking with the right person. Give me some thumbs up. Even in floating loss, you will keep making money. There should be no trader on this world that can deceive you that you will fight floating loss. What is floating loss? Floating loss is the normality of the market, that the market that was going up, the market will come down. Some of you are sweating plasma. Some of you are getting annoyed. My trades are in red. My trades are in red. 85% of the market will be in red. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, nobody can stop coins going down. But the crypto market space is one of the phenomenal businesses all over the world that whenever the market goes down, the market gives a retracement. It goes up a little bit, and that's where the money is being made. Your trades will be in red, but your trades will be giving profit. If, let me repeat, if you are trading BTC, you are trading Ethereum, you are trading BNB, the rest of the coins you pick on a cycle and they are not delivering, ladies and gentlemen, understand that these coins are very volatile. If you trade BTCST on a cycle, without you using the other highest drop percentage, especially for that coin, it will buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Hey, money, BTC is killing it. The BTC army, you will talk all that nyam seeing you on the group, say BTC. But it hits the top. It's like there is a rug. It gets to $9. Then you stay there in that trade. So people who are trading high volatile coins on a cycle, for you, you must put that if I've entered BTC at this, BTC at this price, if the robot buys and sells, it should not sell. It should not buy again unless BTC gets at $10. There you are safer. Don't get excited. These highly volatile coins like BTCST, they are so sweet in one shot than in the cycle. So you putting that there on these coins, like if you are trading BTCST, you are trading Acro on a cycle, you have decided to pick maybe ADA on a cycle, please. All let's say your robot should not buy again unless this coin drops, let me say, by 15%. But if you don't have that approach, the market will drag you down and remain there. It doesn't matter who has analyzed the market. It doesn't matter how experienced they have been in the crypto space. There is no experienced trader. I want to challenge the whole world. There is no experienced trader that can affect the performance of the market. No one. It doesn't matter whether he has been in this market for 100 years. The market will always go against it. So it is a bad mindset to trust someone 100%. There was one guy in this Royalq. I don't know where he disappeared, who was giving signals of 10%, and he said, even open up a secret payment system. You pay me a certain amount, I give you a signal that gives you $50. People moved to him. I told them, please, you're going to lose money because this guy doesn't control the market. I don't know where they are right now. Because most of people all over the world, they look for shortcuts to become successful. There's no shortcut. It's a journey to success, full stop, simple. And so, if you trade BTCST on a cycle, put it there. Don't let the robot not buy again unless this coin falls down, let me say, by 50%. Then it buys, it sells, you take profit, it hits the top before it comes down. Your trade, you are out of the market, it saves you. But if you're trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, you are good to go. You will be in floating loss, but your robot will be buying and selling. Because from the fifth call, each call is independent. I think now this issue of seeing your trade, your Bitcoin in red, your Ethereum in red, your BNB in red, and start crying. The reason why you are making 0.2, it is your capital. You just do a grave mistake, go and bring $1 million, like my friend Peter is collecting. Bring it to Royalq. Bring it to Royalq. Now, when I talk about $1 million, people think people are joking. There is one guy I know is bringing $1 million in Royalq. He started with $10,000. I think last week he added his capital to $50,000, and next week he wants to make it $1 million. People have their money. Hey, so when someone has good capital, he doesn't suffer much. He sets once, rests like a king. And because his first buying amount is huge, me, I know why I remain very consistent. I know where I'm going. Let me show you the mathematics. I sat down one day and I said, okay, if I have $10,000, okay, let me go slow. $1,000 as my first buying amount, 1,000 times 0.67. It means that whenever the robot goes into the market, it invests $670. Now, what if the market rises by 1.3%? I'll make $8, right? My robot can buy and sell 10 times in a day, and I will make $87. Now let's find out how much capital. 670. So it means I have $13,000. Now let's get this in local language for my Ugandan family. I can do this is close to 50 million Ugandan shillings, right? Now, minimally, if I make $87 a day, ladies and gentlemen, this in local currency, it is close to 330,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, I personally, for the different businessmen I have delivered, I've spoken to, there's no business in this world where you can invest 50 million Ugandan shillings. I need to make this very clear. And you make close to $100 every single day without you doing anything. Other businesses, you need to have high employment system to make $100 a day. And on that 100 profit, you needed to divide it among those employees. There is no business. You make 100 and you need to reduce on their 100 to pay. So I'm done with my session for today. We have provided the $200 settings, and even after this call, I'm going to share it again. I'm going to share it again. Here, it was already shared. I just need to go up again, just up again, up again, up again, up again. Let me just go. This is the Telegram group, right? I picked this. This was done by Lidamosh. I still use it. I don't need to create new ones. That is $200 settings. You just increase the first buying amount. I picked two from what he shared, and another one is $500 settings. So if you want to settle, never think about trading. All right, okay, passively. Increase your first buying amount, increase your profit. That is the Telegram group, right? And what is my advice if you are new? Okay, the advice of the team, I'll also drop it again. I make sure I don't do any mistake. I drop the advice again. Okay, where is the advice? Okay, let me also pick it. Okay, I say when you are planning to start trading using this amazing robot, this that was done by one of my leader, Coach Musa, either as a passive trader or a solo trader. If you choose passive trader, then you allow your robot trade on autopilot, hands-free circle strategy. Here, the robot does over 99 of the work for you. You only avail the trading capital and make sure your robot has enough fuel. It will continue to trade non-stop as you enjoy your day profit, zero. So irrespective of the amount, passive traders, it is not easy, but if your capital is good and the market is good, you can make more profit. But if you want to be, this is for those that want to be, if you want to be, this is passive. This is for passive trader. But even I have gone an extra mile today. I have even provided, if you want to be a solo trader, I've done for you video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, video 5. By the time you finish video 5, you can set margin calls well, you can pick a trade well if you follow the strategy. Now if you fail, it's up to you. If you don't make money, it's up to you, and then we have nothing we can do. Yeah, I don't know what we can do now for you. If you don't make money, now it's up to you. Die with your own poverty. Because we cannot put food on the plate and even put it in the mouth and even make sure you chew and open your mouth to see if you have swallowed. If you don't want to give your robot time, then pick the cycle trade. Be comfortable with making little profits. If you want to make more profit, then follow the strategy of the one shot, which I will expound so much tomorrow. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and allow me invite Leader OBM to share with us. If you want to join those links, you just need to pick up this Telegram group and follow through. The beauty is no one will disturb you on this group. I've made sure that no one will disturb you on this group. If someone disturbs you with any return on investment, just chat me. I just block, delete, and they move on with their lives. I don't have any problem with anyone. Welcome, Leader OBM.
Yeah, my leader, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Kabanda, for all you've been doing. Thank you, love. Thank you for every day, showing up. Why do we show up every day? Because we are sold on a project called Royalq. How sold are you on Royalq? Understand? For top leaders like myself, like Dr. Kabanda, we are always being offered maybe deals. But the thing is, we are sold on Royalq. Why? Because of the freedom, because of the Royalq, what Royalq embodies is owning your life. You understand? Some of us don't do well with bosses. Some of us don't do well with all these CEOs, that want to determine what you make. We determine our paycheck. You understand? And why are you also sold on Royalq, Because if you can get a system that work, networking system or trading system, just like what we've been given this morning, see all of those lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start. Now it will even get to lesson 10. Now, if we can, anybody come into the system, if you just give them, anybody, give them, and they watch that thing, and they imbibe the system, you start seeing results. But the thing is, just like my leader said, it doesn't matter what works. There are a lot of ways to trade. But what matters is what duplicates, and that's what one of the attributes that keep that's keeping me and Dr. Kamala close. Because the thing is, we have a lot of people that are good traders, but the thing is, you don't really see their result out there. The only thing is they make money on their own. But what Royalq has given us is, what duplicates, just like this system that we have been given this morning. If you know it, and you perfect it, then give your team members. They also do the same. Whenever they make money, you make more. That's the difference between somebody trading only on Binance and somebody using Binance and with Royalq. Now you make your own profits, but the thing is, there are days you will not trade. Now, if a system like if you I use a system like what you've been given now, you just see that you will be better off in the future than somebody that is a solo trader that's only using Binance only without a system like Royalq. If you get that REMA, if you're a Christian, get that REMA, get that what I just told you, you'll be one of the richest person in the future. We have a system of networking. What's that system of networking? Bring anybody you're interested in the business. Give them all the tools. You have videos. You have everything. Give it to them. Give the composition to them. Let them look at it. Let them study it like you do. Bring them to an event like this. A morning Zoom, afternoon Zoom, or evening Zooms. Now show them the system how to trade. Now always repeat this process. Anytime somebody is coming to the business, you don't need to talk much. Show them to the tools. These are the tools. Now you start seeing duplication in your team. Now, if somebody is making like $1 every day, share the testimony in all groups. Share it on your status. Share a conversation with people. Oh, I made $10 today. Screenshot it and post it on your WhatsApp status. There's no way you're not going to get results. So we have system for networking. We have system for trading. Just those simple steps, just imbibe them, and you start seeing results. You start seeing change in your life. So that's what I want to share this morning. The only thing is just be sold on Royalq. Be sold on Royalq. I'm so sold on Royalq. I'm so intoxicated with the Royalq system because it works. Why? Look at somebody like CZ, the owner of Binance. Anytime anytime we trade on Binance, this guy gets a little of what of what we make. But anytime you trade on Binance, you get a little of what we make. That guy is a low-key, the richest man in the world. And that is what Royalq is built on. If you get that gist, there's no other business that they can ever give to you. You will not look sideways. So your target now is to one day have team like 10,000, above 20,000, 1 million. We have 7 billion in the world. If I can get 1 million active members in my team, I'm okay. So just think of that one, and I pray we are successful today. I pray Bitcoin works in our favor, and we'll see you in the evening and see you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alida OBM. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite a crypto trader, a gentleman who has been in the crypto market space for a very long time, a crypto analyst. This guy is very good. He's a V5 by rank, also in Royalq. That is none other than Leader Mosh. Welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you, Leader Kabanda from Uganda. Thank you, Leader OBM and all the leaders in the house. Our time is fast spent. The little things I just want to buttress to point of Mr. Kabanda is that area of when you are trying to set the aspect of the this thing. Let me quickly share my screen to show that, please. Let me share my screen to show that, please. All right. This place, we are talking about this place. Sorry. How the strategy period, this strategy period section. Why that button is introduced is no other reason. It's because the Julius talked about if you set your trade of $200 to be 53% drop. Let's say BTC is $19,000 now. Your own intention is that by the time BTC drops to divided by 2, that will be 8,000, right? Is it 8,000 or 9,000 or thereabouts? Or yeah, 9,500. That you still want to be in market, or that is when you're going to get stock. But sometimes it doesn't later work that way. BTC might start to bullish, to go up now, starting from 19,000 now, and go to 40,000, for instance. You have set 50% that when BTC drops in 50%, now tomorrow BTC is now 40,000. That time is when you will need to go and set your strategy period. Because the 50% of 40,000 is what the robot is going to calculate since BTC has moved to 40,000. So BTC is going to calculate the plus 50% of 40,000 current price. So when market now starts to drop from 40,000, so you are going to get stock when BTC is 20,000, not at the rate of 9,005 this time around. So we have to take note of that very well. So that's why some people will say, but I set 100%. Yes, the 100% you set now, let's say BTC is 19,000, and you set 100%, meaning that when BTC comes to 0, right? But it is wise if you set 100%, because that 100% you set, when BTC move to 50,000 tomorrow, when it's coming down, it's not going to consider the 19,000 again. It's going to consider it with the current price it buys. So that is why very, very important. That's why Leader Julius is telling you that you should make sure that you take note of that anytime you have that. So why Royalq introduced that button is because when BTC was 69,000, had it been we have this kind of button, we will have set our robots that don't buy again at this price, because all the 50% you set, all the 80% you set, everything will have moved up. Where we were setting our trade, everything, all the BTC was around 20,000, 30,000 then. I'm believing that when it comes to 15,000, that's where it's going to take care of all the percentage of drop we set. But this time around, the BTC is now 69,000. So the percentage is what's going to consider. So thank you very much. I don't know if you people get me right about that point. Thank you. That's just a little thing I wanted to chip in. Leader Julius, are you there?
Yes, yes, yes. We are still listening. I don't know if you are done. All right. Thank you so much, Leader Mosh. I hope you was able to create a clear picture. Thank you so much. I hope you are able to understand that, like I said, you have set your 53%, but the market may not go down 53%. Now the market's gonna rise. The market's gonna rise, and this coin goes up to $50,000. Now, what is 53% now is different price. It is around $20,000. That's why that area is important. If you use it right, you will not suffer from floating loss. Thank you so much. As I usually say, success is a journey, not a destination. I beg you, please be patient with yourselves, right? Be patient with yourselves. Control your emotions to becoming successful. Just understand the system. And like I say, skills get you paid. Right mindset keeps in business. And then developing leaders makes you financially free. There are so many friends of mine I know that have moved from Royalq, and they have done a lot of returns on investment. But at the end of the day, we compare pages. He tells you, I did IPC. I lost everything. Okay. Yes, I went to this one. So they have lost, like they have been rotating, chasing money, and they have lost everything. He now comes to you generous and says, I want to look at Royalq again. And say, welcome back, please. Me, I'm here. All right, so thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let us focus on finding more capital. Let us focus on finding more capital. Let us go and share the opportunity. I want also to tell you that why do I continue sharing the opportunity? Better let me tell you this so that maybe someone could change your mindset. If I entered Ethereum when Ethereum was, let me say, at 20K, now someone is going to buy Ethereum today. Ethereum is now down at around $1,500. It means he enters at a cheaper price. Ethereum rises, he makes money. That's me. It is normal for me to talk to new people every day. It doesn't matter my results because everybody gets at a different time of the market. And as they profit, I make something out of that. So as I wait for my trades to pick up, I have other people that are trading and I'm earning as they earn. Simple. The reason why I share is that maybe Julius cannot afford $50,000, but Peter can afford $50,000. So Peter comes into my team with huge capital. And when Peter comes into my team with huge capital, Peter can trade and make profit all the time. So as Peter trades, makes profit, I'm also collecting my profit and growing. I have no logic of why I share. I don't share because maybe every day I'm making money. Sometimes my trades don't win. It's okay with me personally. I say, okay, all right, so my trade's down. All right, what I'm going to do is to share with more people. And when I share with more people get started. I make more money, then I increase my capital. That's all. I don't attach myself to the profits because I don't control the market. So my goal is to grow my capital to over $100,000 so that I now trade calmly and enjoy my trades, right? The other issue, why I personally share the crypto space business, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me time and financial freedom. Now, some of you may not understand me, but let me give an average. I make an average of $10 every day without doing anything. I call it an average. I make an average minimum $10 every day without me doing anything. Now, the other thing is that it allows me to do what I want to do anytime. I stay home, yes, I don't move a lot. Even some people think I'm not in Uganda, and I love it. I remember when I went deep in the village, oh, welcome back from abroad. Hey, you just appeared. Hey, we no longer see you. Even people where I stay, they don't know that I am in my house. It gives me peace of mind to concentrate and focus. Monday to Friday, when it comes to Saturday, I party hard because I have enough money to spend. I have saved enough. I'm working on my projects enough. Have enough money to enjoy. When people ask me, but why do you enjoy a lot on the weekend? I have the money. When during the weekdays, I focus. I don't sell my time for money. I don't work anywhere. You know, if someone could understand how it feels like, let me tell you guys, I don't know. To sit down and you say, all right, without stress today, I will speak to Peter, Andrew, Steven, and that's what I do every day. People tell me, why don't you have local businesses? I don't go in for local businesses because they will take my time. I go in for businesses where I don't put any of my time. And that is just maybe real estate. That's where maybe I put my money. And I don't need to be there for things to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, as I come to the end, this is not a Tuesday for network marketing. Create a cash cow. create a cash cow. Create a cash cow. Continuously keep feeding your cash cow. I want to give an example of one of the richest men here in Uganda. One day I was in Kampala and I woke up at 3 a.m. Ugandan time, 2 a.m. South African Standard Time, which is close to 1 a.m. Nigerian time. And I entered the city. And I wanted to find out, who are these rich men? Who are these people that spend sleepless nights? I discovered that the people that have the more money, they are the ones that sleep less and keep working the whole night. I said, I don't want to have money and be stressed. I hate money to be stressed. I hate myself not sleeping, heart attack, challenge, problem, tax. I have my friend, he's trading in Royalq with close to $10,000. This guy, he called me last month and told me the Uganda Revenue Authority is charging him 200 million Ugandan shillings. And this guy is on pressure. He told me a lot of taxes here, Julius. I don't understand. My business is not making profit. But I don't have that stress with me. I don't have it. And so I wanted to find a system, me as Julius, where I have peace of mind. So it is your choice to find a way you want to make money. But I found having peace of mind as the best strategy. And I have it. I have it. People find me and they ask me, why not stress with life? The economy is bad. Me, I don't know what's the challenge with the economy. Because when I go to the petrol station, I say, okay, my brother, put in full tank. But why you young man? What's happening with you? Because I can make close to $10 a day minimum by building a team of robotic users. If the market is down, I don't stress myself. I say, okay. Do I control this? Never. So what do I control? I can control how many people I can speak to about my business every single day. I know people hate this. I can control. And when I speak to Peter and Peter says, no, I don't get annoyed. Why? Because even me, I go to shops where people sell clothes and I don't buy. Do they get annoyed about me refusing their clothes? They don't. I remember last week I went to someone's shop. I collected a lot of clothes. Then I received a call for Zoom. I left the clothes there. The guy calls me, I tell him I don't have time. And now I feel like I don't like his clothes. But does he get annoyed? No, he moves on. Why is it that? Some of you, when people say no to your Royalq business, you get mad. You get mad. I'll never talk to anyone because the people I talk to about my business, they say, no, ladies and gentlemen, it is mindset. When people say no, it's none of your business. Yesterday, I spoke to 10 friends of mine in South Sudan. And one was very tough. Who gave you my number? Who told you to come to my inbox? I said, okay, all right. I phoned Stephen, and Stephen wants to start. It's none of my business. I'm just looking for open-minded people. Why do you want your income to be low, yet you can change your mindset, speak to more people about what you have, and make things happen? Why do you focus on the negative side of everything in your life? That's crazy. So I want you to go and create a power hour. Right? I want you to go and create a power hour. 1 full hour where you go and speak to people about the business, where you go and invite people about the opportunity to come and we share the business. That's all. Your life will never be the same. Your life will never struggle. You'll never struggle financially. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact is the market is down, but I have no issues with the market because minimally, okay, I said $10, but minimally, I make close to $50 a day. I can't finish that money here. Me, I'm an African. I can't finish that money. I don't have problems. I don't have all those problems to finish all that money. I can invest it. So why? Why do you decide today? Why don't you take charge today? Why don't you decide today and say, all right, enough is enough with whining. Enough is enough with complaining. Enough is enough with fearing rejections, and go and speak to people about what you do. If you start making $50 a day, how will your life change? Simple mathematics, it doesn't matter which type of European country you come from. Let's get to the calculator. Because what happens if you start making $50 a day? 50 times 30 days is $1,500 a day, a month. $1,500, my Ugandan friends, this is 5.7 million Ugandan shillings. My brothers in Naira, 1 Naira is around 700. This is 1 million Nigerian Naira. So what if you start building your business? Because in just 3 months, this is going to happen. You start making close to $50 a day. And how that happens, you just need 3 lines. And each line is producing 3 people in your team. Those are 9 people. Now, if you are, people who take this for granted, if you are a V2, you are making $10, those are $90. If you are a V3, you are making $10, those are $90. If you are a V4, you are making $90. If you are a V5, it is 9, let me say, times maybe all these are V4s, okay. It is close to 50, not less than $50. If each line can just have 3 people register every day. I don't know why people find this business hard. Just 3. You can 3 lines. If you are a builder, this is simple. 3 people can register in your team every day. How? You work with 3. 1, 2, 3. In each line, what do? Each one has power hour. They speak to people about the business every day. In their line, 3 people can start. In their line, 3 people can start. In their line, 3 people can start. 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you are V2 up to V4, you cannot sleep with less than $90. And your life can never be the same. The challenge is people hate working. People want money on the silver plate without doing anything. But without hard work, this economy will become venom. This economy will become venom. This inflation will make you grow old. You better do something. You better do something. You can. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. Take seed here. We meet on the streets of hard work, and thank you, everybody.